The cedar timbers found during the renovation of Al-Aqsa Mosque were analyzed using radiocarbon dating and dendrochronology. Studies indicate that some of these timbers date back more than 2,000 years, with some possibly originating from the First Temple period, circa 957 to 586 BC. Other timbers were found to be from the early Islamic and Byzantine periods, showing that the mosque was built and renovated using repurposed ancient materials. Archaeological evidence for King David. Tel Dan Stelee, 9th century BC, House of David, inscription. Discovered in 1993–94 in northern Israel, this basalt inscription mentions the House of David, Beit David. Written in Aramaic by an Aramean king, likely Hazael of Damascus, it boasts of a victory over the king of Israel and a ruler from the House of David. This is the first extra-biblical reference to David, proving that a dynasty named after him existed within a century of his supposed reign. The Mesha Stelee, Moabite stone, 840 BC. Found in Jordan, this Moabite inscription by King Mesha refers to victories over Israelite kings. Some scholars suggest it also contains a possible reference to the House of David. The stepped stone structure, Jerusalem, 10th century BC. A massive terraced structure in the city of David, likely built in the 10th century BC. Some scholars believe it was part of David's royal palace or fortress, as it aligns with biblical descriptions. The large stone structure, Jerusalem, 10th century BC. Excavated by Eilat Mazar, this structure near the stepped stone structure has been suggested as King David's palace. Pottery and dating evidence suggest a construction date in the early Iron Age 2, 10th century BC, the period traditionally linked to David. Archaeological evidence for King Solomon. Solomonic gates at Hazor, Megiddo, and Gezer, 10th century BC. Massive six-chambered city gates found at these sites match descriptions in 1 Kings chapter 9 verse 15, where Solomon is said to have fortified these cities. The gates have similar architectural styles, suggesting a centralized authority overseeing construction. Some scholars, like Yigael Yadin, argue these are evidence of Solomon's kingdom, though others question the exact dating. The Ophel excavations, Jerusalem, 10th century BC. Eilat Mazar uncovered a large, monumental structure south of the Temple Mount, possibly part of Solomon's royal complex. Pottery and radiocarbon dating place its construction in the 10th century BC, aligning with Solomon's reign. The copper mines at Timnah and Kirbat en Nahas, Edom, 10th century BC. These mines, located in modern-day Jordan, show evidence of a highly organized administration controlling copper production. Some scholars suggest this reflects Solomon's wealth and trade connections, as the Bible describes him as controlling metal industries. Egyptian artifacts found in the mines suggest trade with Egypt, consistent with the biblical account of Solomon's diplomatic ties. Challenges and scholarly debates. Some scholars argue that the archaeological evidence for a grand Davidic Solomonic empire is insufficient, suggesting Jerusalem was a small, developing city-state rather than a major capital. Minimalists, like Israel Finkelstein, believe the biblical accounts exaggerate the extent of their rule and propose a later, gradual rise of Israel's kingdom in the 9th century BC. Maximalists, like Eilat Mazar, argue that the structures found in Jerusalem fit the biblical timeline and support the existence of a powerful monarchy. Did David and Solomon exist? The Tel Dan Stelee provides strong evidence that David was a real historical figure whose dynasty ruled Judah. Solomon, the fortified cities, monumental buildings, and copper mines suggest an emerging centralized authority, possibly under Solomon, but no direct inscription confirms his rule.